Not every masterpiece needs a AAA budget. Some AA games deliver such incredible experiences that they deserve a perfect 10 by 10. Whether it's intense combat, emotional storytelling, or jaw-dropping visuals, these 15 games prove that quality matters more than size. Let's dive in. Kena Bridge of Spirits is a breathtaking adventure that blends fast-paced combat, puzzle solving, and a touching story. You play as Kena, a young spirit guide who helps lost souls move on to the afterlife, all while exploring a lush world filled with stunning visuals and Pixar-level animations. The combat is satisfying, with a mix of staff-based melee and ranged attacks using the adorable yet powerful rock creatures. These little companions help in both battles and puzzles, adding a unique twist to gameplay. The game's emotional depth, combined with its mesmerizing world, makes it an unforgettable experience. If you love action-adventure games with a heartwarming story and tight mechanics, Kena Bridge of Spirits is a must-play. Sifu is the ultimate martial arts experience, delivering some of the most satisfying hand-to-hand combat in gaming history. Every fight feels like a cinematic showdown with precise parries, dodges, and brutal counterattacks. But what sets Sifu apart is its aging mechanic. Every time you die, your character ages, becoming more powerful but losing health. This adds a strategic layer to progression, forcing you to master its challenging but rewarding combat system. The game's stylish visuals and atmospheric setting, filled with neon-lit alleys and intricate dojos, bring its kung fu world to life. Whether you're a fan of classic martial arts films or just love intense action games, Sifu is a test of skill, patience, and determination. It's tough, but once you master it, few games are as rewarding. It Takes Two is one of the most creative and engaging co-op experiences ever made. This action-adventure game is designed exclusively for 2 players, requiring teamwork to overcome its diverse puzzles, platforming challenges, and dynamic environments. Each level introduces fresh mechanics. One moment you're navigating a shrinking machine, the next you're battling a squirrel army. The story follows Cody and May, a couple on the brink of divorce, who are magically turned into dolls and must work together to find their way back to their daughter. The humor, heartfelt storytelling, and non-stop variety make It Takes Two an unforgettable journey. If you have a gaming partner, this is an absolute must-play. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice isn't just a game, it's an experience. This dark psychological adventure puts you in the shoes of Senua, a warrior struggling with psychosis as she journeys into Viking hell to save the soul of her lost lover. The game's binaural audio design makes every whisper and hallucination feel terrifyingly real, immersing you in Senua's fractured mind. The combat is brutal and weighty, but the real strength lies in its narrative and world building. The visuals are stunning, the storytelling is deeply emotional, and the game tackles mental health in a way few others do. If you're looking for a powerful, thought-provoking journey, Hellblade is a must-play.
End it! No! Near the end!
Vampyr is a gripping RPG that puts you in the shoes of Dr. Jonathan Reed, a doctor-turned-vampire in a plague-ridden 1918 London. The game's biggest strength lies in its morality system. Do you heal the sick and resist your vampire urges, or give in to the hunger and grow stronger at the cost of innocent lives? Every choice has consequences, affecting the city and its inhabitants. The combat combines supernatural abilities with melee and ranged attacks, making for intense encounters. The gothic atmosphere, compelling story, and deep RPG mechanics make Vampyr a unique and immersive experience. If you love games with meaningful choices and dark storytelling, this is one to sink your teeth into. Life is Strange is an emotional, choice-driven adventure that takes storytelling in games to another level. You play as Max Caulfield, a high school student who discovers she can rewind time. This ability isn't just a gimmick, it deeply affects the narrative, allowing you to undo choices and explore different outcomes. The game's heartfelt story tackles themes of friendship, mental health, and destiny, making every decision feel impactful. The hand-painted art style, atmospheric soundtrack, and relatable characters make life a strange and unforgettable experience. If you love story-rich games where choices truly matter, this one is an absolute must-play. Nine Sols is a 2D action platformer that blends Sekiro-style combat with a cyberpunk world infused with Eastern mythology. The game features precise parries, fast-paced swordplay, and a mysterious, hand-drawn world filled with deep lore. You take on the role of Yi, a vengeful hero seeking to overthrow the ruling souls, who are godlike beings controlling the world. The game's stunning visuals, challenging combat, and immersive storytelling make it one of the most anticipated AA indie games. If you love precision-based combat and a richly detailed world, Nine Sols is definitely one to watch. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden is a narrative-driven action RPG from the developers of Vampyr. You play as ghost hunters Antea and Red, lovers who must navigate a world where supernatural forces threaten the living. What makes Banishers unique is its emotional depth. You're constantly making tough moral choices that impact both the living and the dead. The combat blends melee and spectral abilities, creating a fresh take on action RPG mechanics. With its deep storytelling, hauntingly beautiful world, and meaningful choices, Banishers is shaping up to be one of the most compelling AA experiences in years. Still Wakes the Dee is a psychological horror game set on an oil rig in the middle of the North Sea. You play as an engineer trapped on the rig with no weapons and no way to escape. The game is all about survival, avoiding an unknown horror that lurks within the dark, confined corridors. The atmosphere is suffocating, the sound design is terrifying, and the isolation adds to the tension. If you love immersive horror experiences with strong storytelling and nerve-wracking suspense, Still Wakes the Dee is a must-play.
Can you get out? Let's not do that again. Muir was coming at me. I just froze. I didn't care how I got myself in here, but the cargo hoist came down and we're right crabs in a creel now. Are those the hoist controls behind it?
Stray is a unique adventure that lets you experience a cyberpunk world from the perspective of a cat. You play as a lost feline navigating neon-lit alleys, solving environmental puzzles, and avoiding robotic sentries. The game's atmosphere is mesmerizing, blending a dystopian setting with moments of warmth and curiosity. Every movement feels natural, from the way the cat stretches to the way it interacts with objects. The story, while simple, is touching, especially with the bond you form with a small robot companion. If you love immersive worlds and unique gameplay perspectives, Stray is a must-experience journey. Evil West is a high-octane action game that feels like a mix of Doom and Red Dead Redemption. You play as a vampire hunter in an alternate Wild West, armed with electrified gauntlets, massive guns, and brutal melee attacks. The combat is fast, satisfying, and packed with combos that make you feel like an unstoppable force. The world is dripping with gothic horror aesthetics, featuring monstrous creatures and eerie landscapes. If you love over-the-top action, satisfying combat, and a unique Wild West setting, Evil West is a game you shouldn't miss.
That hurt.
Bright Memory Infinite is a visually stunning FPS that combines gunplay with sword combat in a fast-paced cinematic experience. Developed by a small team, the game showcases high-quality visuals, insane action sequences, and a sci-fi story full of time distortions and supernatural elements. The fluid combat system allows for seamless transitions between shooting, melee attacks, and parkour-style movement. Every encounter feels intense, with bullet time mechanics and stylish execution moves. If you want an FPS that feels like a blockbuster action movie but plays with incredible depth, Bright Memory Infinite is a must-play. A Plague Tale: Innocence is a gripping stealth action game set during the Black Plague in 14th century France. You play as Amicia, a young girl protecting her little brother Hugo as they flee from the Inquisition and waves of deadly, plague-infested rats. The game's story is emotionally powerful, with themes of survival, family, and sacrifice. The stealth mechanics are tense, and the use of light and fire to manipulate the rat swarms adds a unique layer to puzzles and combat. With breathtaking visuals and a heartbreaking story, A Plague Tale: Innocence is one of the most emotionally impactful AA games out there.
You can't stay close to me. They ate him, Amicia. They ate him.
Ghostrunner 2 takes everything great about the first game, lightning-fast parkour, one-hit kill sword combat, and cyberpunk aesthetics, and cranks it up to the next level. This time, you're not just limited to the towering dystopian city. You can now ride a motorcycle at high speeds, expanding the game's already exhilarating movement. The combat requires precision, quick reflexes, and perfect timing as you slash through enemies in a single strike. The neon-soaked world, intense action, and heart-pounding soundtrack make Ghostrunner 2 an adrenaline-fueled masterpiece. If you love fast-paced, skill-based action games, this one's for you.
Find him eventually.
Oh, I know we will. I'm finding this bastard one way or the other. But every hour he's out there is an hour too long. Eventually, it just doesn't cut it. Almost there.
Control is a mind-bending action-adventure game from Remedy Entertainment, the creators of Alan Wake. You play as Jesse Faden, the new director of the mysterious Federal Bureau of Control, exploring a shifting, reality-warping skyscraper known as the Oldest House. The game's telekinetic combat lets you throw objects, levitate, and manipulate your environment in stunning physics-based battles. The world building is rich with lore, inspired by SCP-style paranormal phenomena. The game's eerie, unpredictable setting keeps you on edge, making every moment feel mysterious and intense. If you love supernatural action games with deep storytelling, Control is a masterpiece. And that's our list of 15 perfect 10x10 AA games you must play. Which of these have you played, and which ones are you adding to your must-play list? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more awesome gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.